What up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Funboxing with Will. I am your host, Will, with H2O Co. Film and Photo, and today we're going to be doing another EDC review on an awesome pocket knife. It is a vintage Spyderco George Sakai clutch folder that I got for a Christmas gift this year, and it is, as far as I'm concerned, miles ahead of its time in design. It's a very awesome piece, a very unique piece, and a rare piece. So let's get into that review. Alrighty guys, now before we get into the review, just as always, I want to thank every one of you for stopping by my channel, checking out this video, and if you find any of my videos at all interesting or informative, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and turn on those bell notifications to get posted when I do new videos and post them online. You'll get notified. I do a lot of tech reviews on this channel, and I'm trying to build up my EDC playlist currently, so I've been doing a couple more pocket knife reviews as of late just to kind of build up that playlist. I'm going to be doing some more tech reviews here coming up in the future couple weeks, so stick around if you want to see either of those. But if you're trying to check out this vintage knife here, let's get over to the top-down setup and check it out and get a closer look at it. Okay, now that we're here at the top-down setup, we can get a little bit closer look at this beauty. So this particular vintage knife was something that I could not find very much information about online when I started digging. I originally got this from my uncle as a gift. He has been collecting slip joint knives and other similar knives to that for about 25-30 years now. And as he has different preferences than I do, he's not mainly into flippers like I am. Every once in a while, our tastes will cross paths, and he'll see something that he has in his collection that he thinks would suit me, and this was my Christmas gift from him this year. So looking at this knife, I did some research, and it was actually pretty hard for me to find out anything at first about this. I did end up finding out some pretty good information about this though. This is a George Sakai early 1990s, late 1980s vintage front folder clutch lock knife, and the materials on this thing and the design are, in my opinion, ahead of their time. This is a steel liner with anodized titanium scales, and it has a cocobolo wood insert. Now there are 5 variants of this knife. One came with a bullhorn insert, and the other came with a mother of pearl inlay. And then there are 2 others that I never figured out what the inlay was. I think one was micarta. But this is just a very interesting design, to say the least. This was originally imported by Spyderco, so this is technically a Spyderco knife, which was another thing that I found pretty interesting about this knife. It is, in my opinion, it is an amazing design. George Sakai, I did a little bit of digging. I'd heard the name before, but I didn't really know much about him, and I found out that he has been around since the 50s, and he's been designing high-end quality cutlery from Japan in Seki City, and some of his kitchen knives that I've seen can go for quite a bit of money. So he is a well-known maker in the industry. And Spyderco, I guess, had imported these knives originally back in the early 90s. It features a clutch lock, which is something I've never seen before until I got this knife in hand. Also, the titanium anodized scales are something that, as far as I'm aware, weren't really a popular material to be using in folding knives until the late 1990s to the early 2000s. So it's definitely, materials-wise, ahead of its time. And then the clutch lock is such an amazing lock. I don't know how much confidence I have in it, just because I've never heard or used it, and I can't really find out much about how it works online. But I do have an engineering degree, so from looking at everything, the way it works, from as far as I can tell, is that there is a spring in here, and that when the knife is deployed, either by using the front flipper or the thumb stud here, the thumb stud itself is on a separate piece of steel that is on that spring, and it gets pushed into a gap carved out in the liner there, locking the blade in place. And in order to release and close the knife, you have to push forward on the thumb stud, and then it unlocks it and just closes shut. It's actually a really awesome design, and it's very easy to use. The front flipper works very well, and then you can even close it one-handed with that clutch lock design. So it is very very creative and very practical, I see, as far as I can tell. I know that Gerber had some similar lockups in the early 90s. They had some knives that had similar locking methods, but I think they were a little bit different than this. Other than that, this knife is coming in at the measurements. This knife is coming in at, let's see here, we're looking at 4.3 inches closed length with an overall length of, let's see, we're gonna come in at 7.2 inches overall length with a cutting edge of 2.75 inches, which means this is legal pretty much anywhere in the country. If you have stricter laws on the length of blades that you can carry, this will be something that you could pretty much carry everywhere since it's under 3 inches. But still check with your local laws. I don't know for sure what your laws may be. This knife is definitely something I could see being used as a gentleman's carry. It is definitely slim, and I've carried it in my pocket. The profile is perfect. It's not a super deep carry because it has this spring clip here, but the clip's done very well. And then it's somewhat deep carry. You only have about a 1/4 inch maybe sticking out of the pocket. So it's what I call semi deep carry. And for my large glove hands, I get a full finger grip on it completely. I can even choke up a little bit of it on it and have some of it sticking out the base of my hand there. Again, one-handed closing. I don't believe that this would be a good ambidextrous knife. Even though you can do like the finger flip with it, closing the clutch lock left-handed, I would think would be kind of problematic at the very least. But it's perfectly centered, and the condition of this knife in after 30 years is just amazing to me. It doesn't even look like it's ever been sharpened. I think that's still the factory edge on this knife here. It is just a really awesome design. And then it comes in weighing at such a light weight. I think it's like 2.6 ounces, I think. Here, let's double check. 2.32 ounces. So this is a very light knife. With 2.75 inches of cutting edge, you're coming in under that. Usually they say it's an ounce per inch of steel you have on your knife, blade cutting edge, and this is coming in under the weight for the amount of cutting that you get, the cutting edge that you get. So that is pretty nifty. And then here it is compared for a size comparison. We're going to go against the Ontario Rat Model 2, which it is almost identical in width and length from the Ontario Rat, but it does slightly beat it out as far as thickness goes. The knife is thinner than the Ontario Rat. Yeah, quite a bit, almost a third smaller in width. And then there it is next to the Spyderco Paramilitary Para 3, and about the same lengthwise, I guess, about the same height-wise. It's a little bit thinner, or quite a bit thinner. Spyderco has those blade designs that end up a little bit thicker in your pocket. Up against the Hogue Doug Ritter instead of the Griptilian. You could replace this with the Griptilian, though, for a size reference. And then here it is up against the Hogue Deca and the Andrew Dempko. So it is a full-size medium to slim carry knife. You get a full-size handle, full grip on it, but it's still slim enough and still sleek enough to fit pretty much very comfortably in the pocket. You can almost lose it in your pocket. This is, like I said, a very good knife I would see for a suit or something in a gentleman's carry classification. And it's just something that I find to be very interesting, especially considering that this is a spyderco knife technically. That's something that kind of shocked me. The design is amazing. It's definitely got my attention, and it's probably something, unless I'm offered something crazy for, that I will keep around in my collection for quite a long time, maybe pass on to my kids. Very inventive lock, and very, very good designer from what I'm aware of. So overall, it's a really awesome gift. My uncle called it a unicorn. I don't think it's that very rare of a knife. I just don't think that there's a lot of information out about it. So hopefully this video will help anyone who may own this knife and doesn't know much about it. This is everything that I've found out about it. And yeah, hopefully it'll be informative for you guys. So there we go for the review today. Let's get back over to that desk setup. Okay, well that was it for the knife review today. I really appreciate you, like I said earlier, coming by, checking out my video, and if you found any of this information at all informative, or if you like tech reviews or EDC reviews, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and turn on those bell notifications to get notified when I post new videos. Other than that, that's it for today, guys. Until next time, I hope you guys have a great day, stay safe, and above all, stay creative, my friends. We need more of that in this world. Have a great day. Until next time.